My former teammate Wally Williams taught me that football was never just a game. It taught us discipline, character, and faith. Those lessons didn't end when we left the field, they became the foundation for life. Listen to what Wally has to say. His message isn't just for football players, it's for everyone.
I relish the statement that I heard my freshman year that was given to me by Coach Ken Riley. Rest in peace to Coach Riley. That was my coach in college, and he said this to us. He said, "Men, this is the game of life. Football is the game of life. You experience every emotion, okay, everything right here playing this sport, doing a game. You learn a lot of things. So, you play this game. I say take everything that you learn from this game and implement it to your life. The best way you prepare for anything is know what the opposition is doing. Once you put your goals in place, okay. See, I'm not worried about more or less what I can do. I'm already out here, but I want to know what Dalton can do. Okay, I want to know what Larry Webster can do. I want to know what Warren Sapp can do. I know what I can do. Okay, but in order for me to be successful, I got to prepare myself for what for the opposition. Okay,
Yes.
whatever it is, whatever you choose to do in life. Okay, I don't care if you're a lawyer, be a lawyer, but you better know what the defendants are talking about. Okay, you better know how to go about presenting everything that you're presenting because the competition is going to be fierce. And if you don't prepare for that and get all the information out that you can possibly gain, then you're doing yourself a disservice and kind of walking blind.
All right.
And I try to, present that to everybody. I like to talk about athletics in a more civilian type context, you know, um, and implement those things and give, perspectives, How would you like if your boss came and stood by your office every day and looked at you every day and you had to perform at a high level?
Right.
And then when you don't perform, you got millions of people who are talking about your lack of performance who never even did it in their lives. So put that in perspective of the average everyday
Hmm.
workplace. And I love to talk about those things. So you got to know, the competition. That's what prepares you to be successful. I think at the end of the day.
Yeah, you
Like,
play in a different generation when football was a lot more physical. You today's athletes they make a lot more money. It's a lot more attention. Do you think they have bigger challenges than us with access to all these resources and money now? That has that changed the game any?
I think social media has done a uh, tremendous job in changing a lot of things. Uh, look, with these, yeah, yeah, I get. We can call them soft. We can call them whatever we want to call them. I mean, look, guys back in our day, the Johnny Unitas of the world. I got a chance to meet those guys when we were in Baltimore and
Yeah, I
talk to
met
those
you.
guys. They thought we were soft. you know, they
Right,
they
right,
were mad. They were
yeah,
mad. They were mad that we didn't have 3 a days and stuff like that. We like
right.
what?
And they ain't have to work. They had jobs too, didn't
And they
they?
Yeah, they
had
had
jobs
jobs.
and had stuff during the off season. And
Yeah.
they like y'all just sit around and play football. You kids suck. So that's just that's just the passing of the torch there. But and look, w- these guys don't have tour days. We say the same thing, but y'all don't know what the real tour days are like, or going out there and having back to back practices. And I remember that change when I thought that was crazy. I was like, man, I could have played another 10 years when they
I
changed it, where
could,
we
I
have,
man.
what I'm saying, when they changed training camp, you got one practice.
Oh God, I would have loved that.
You see, so look, the money and all that kind of stuff. I applaud it. Now because those
Yeah.
are remnants of the things that we work for in our collective bargaining agreement. We argued those things,